think yourself richer? Lizzie doesn't take simple pleasures like this for granted as she walks along the beach on a crisp autumn morning, inhaling the sea air. She was bedridden in April of last year, dealing with the devastating diagnosis of a chronic and incurable pain condition. Fast forward 18 months, and Lizzie, 33, is pain-free and able to parent her 4-year-old daughter. There was no medical cure found. Instead, Lizzie, a writer from California, claims she healed herself using the power of manifestation. "I imagined myself healthy and pain-free, playing on the beach with my daughter," she explains. "I imagined how strong and well I'd feel, and how happy I'd be in that situation. That vision became my reality within a year." Claims like Lizzie's are bound to raise eyebrows, especially among medical professionals. She is, however, far from alone in her firm belief in the power of manifestation. So, what exactly is it? Simply put, manifestation is the physical manifestation of a thought or belief. It is predicated on the notion that we can create opportunities through the power of our minds. Devotees believe that anything is possible, from wealth and health to tangible items and achievements. Ask and the universe will deliver. It's a concept that appears in major world religions and New Age ideologies as the law of attraction, cosmic ordering, and creative visualization. However, it became popular after the publication of the best-selling book The Secret in 2006. This summer, a film based on the book, The Secret, Dare to Dream, starring Katie Holmes, was released, adding to the popularity of this philosophy, which has numerous celebrity fans, including Oprah Winfrey and other A-list celebrities. It can also be attributed to social media for a recent surge in interest, with the term manifesting, and everything related to it, amassing millions of tags on Instagram. Meanwhile, Google reported a 400% increase in searches for the term in August, compared to pre-coronavirus levels. Lizzie was introduced to it in 2018 thanks to social media. Single quote. "A friend posted something she'd manifested on Facebook. I'd never heard of it before and was intrigued," Lizzie says. "At the time, I'd been suffering from undiagnosed pain for a decade and had been dismissed by numerous doctors. My first manifestation attempt led me to a specialist surgeon. I imagined someone who could finally provide me with answers, and I discovered his name in a Facebook group. He gave me a dual diagnosis, endometriosis, which he treated surgically, and a rare pain condition for which he could do nothing but prescribe ineffective pain medication. Finding manifestation had given me hope. Instead of relying on experts who couldn't heal me, I realized it was time to take charge. To learn more, I enrolled in a free online manifesting course and have never looked back." Lizzie admits that, in addition to visualizing her body healing, she received physiotherapy, changed her diet, and used essential oils, but she is adamant that this aligned action, as it is known in manifesting circles, worked in tandem with the power of the universe. "My health is the most important thing I've manifested, but it's also a part of my daily life now. I'm a keen amateur artist, and after imagining a beautiful album to keep all of Stella's art in, a company that produces artist albums contacted me via Instagram and asked if I wanted to work with them. I also manifested our pet poodle, and it was no coincidence that I saw an ad for a litter on Craigslist shortly after journaling, writing an account of it in a notebook, about it. At first, my husband was skeptical, but after witnessing my success, he is now a believer. And I am teaching my daughter about manifesting as well. As a parent, I believe it is an important skill to pass on. It will give him confidence in the belief that he can work through difficult times rather than simply succumb to them." Gemma believes in the life-changing power of manifestation as well. She claims that without it, her 8-year-old son Carter would not be alive today. Gemma explains, "I had my child after 7 years of unexplained infertility. I believe there is no other explanation for my finally conceiving him." Gemma had almost given up hope of ever becoming a mother because her husband Miles, who has 2 children from a previous relationship. Then a friend suggested she see a reflexologist and acupuncturist. The reflexologist talked to me about the power of positivity while massaging my feet. And the acupuncturist spoke to me about the law of attraction as she needled my body. After months of trying but failing to conceive, I went home and set my first intention, to visualize a positive pregnancy test and the joy I would feel when I saw it. Gemma saw 2 lines on a pregnancy test for the first time in her life a few weeks later, and her son was born. I was hooked after such a powerful first experience. When Gemma, a business coach, manifests, she follows a specific procedure. I begin with a meditation, connecting with my intuition to determine what is preventing me from achieving my goal. Then I'll journal, writing down all of my emotions and thoughts. I'll take that piece of paper outside and burn it after using an ancient Hawaiian technique known as Ho'oponopono, see link in the description, which involves chanting. I can then give myself new empowering thoughts and beliefs, as well as set my intention by using a vision board with pictures on it. Gemma claims that, in addition to her son, she has manifested their family home and large sums of money. I saw the show Home and fell in love with it, but it was too expensive, and we were trying to sell our house. I resolved that one day I would live in a house similar to it. Discussions with the developers a few months later resulted in them doing a part exchange and lowering the sale price enough for us to afford it. When friends mocked me for believing in manifestation, I resolved to prove them wrong. I printed out a PDF of a check signed by the universe, a well-known manifestation tool known as the magic check, and made it out to myself for $7,000 before putting it in a drawer, taking it out, and imagining receiving it on a daily basis. 2 months later, my husband, who had no knowledge of the check, came into some money and gave me a $7,000 gift. He was astounded as my friends, some of whom are now manifesting as well. Isn't it possible that all of this would have happened regardless? Gemma is adamantly opposed. Since I began manifesting, my life has become noticeably happier and more fulfilled. That is proof enough for me that this works. I have my son, my dream home, and I left my previous job as an accountant, where I was unhappy, to start my own business, which I also manifested. It has only brought good into my life. However, some psychotherapists believes that manifesting has the potential to cause emotional harm. There's nothing wrong with thinking positively, but you can't think your way out of a bad situation. I'm concerned that this trend will attract vulnerable people who will see it as a magic wand to wave over their problems, she says. And what happens if your goal or desire does not become a reality? Those feelings of failure can be extremely damaging, especially when social media is flooded with successful manifestation stories. Gemma isn't surprised that manifesting is becoming more popular in the current climate. People want more control and happier times. Jordan, a 34-year-old author and former model, can attest to this. She feels grateful for discovering manifestation a decade ago every time she turns the key in the door of her 2-bedroom home in Manhattan, NY. She still has the vision board she made 6 months before purchasing his home, which looks exactly like her home, right down to the cottage style, cobblestone street, outside, and garden with a front gate. I tried to buy a house in the burbs that looked nothing like the one on my vision board, but the sale fell through, so I went home to see family, feeling depressed. While I was there, I went to see a friend and noticed her house looked exactly like the one I had imagined, so I found an identical house nearby and bought it, she explains. From vacations and flight upgrades to a modeling contract with a New York agency that saw Jordan live in the city for several years, she credits manifestation with a plethora of incredible life experiences. But one of the most valuable benefits she has received is a greater sense of self-confidence. I used to have a low sense of self-worth. I despised my flaws and wished to be more muscular. I'd often scold myself in front of the mirror for not being good enough. Over the years, I've developed more self-esteem, confidence, and the ability to be comfortable in my own skin. That has been the most life-changing experience I have had as a result of it. Meanwhile, Millie Jackson has made a career out of her fascination with manifestation. What you put out there influences what comes back to you, she says. The good comes into our lives when our personal energy vibrates at a higher frequency. It's not a cult. It won't work if you don't feel good about what you're doing and how you're doing it. Millie, who also owns an interior design firm, became a manifesting convert after reading The Secret. Typically, they are females in their late 20s and 30s looking for a change in their lives, whether it is a new job, a partner, or more self-confidence. I understand that this isn't for everyone, but there are no negative connotations. Manifestors are simply sending good into the world in order to receive it back. Meditation of manifesting. What's the harm in that? Manifest to the fullest extent possible. 1. Manifest first thing in the morning, when your mind is clear and not distracted by other people or social media. Find a quiet place and reflect on what you want from the day and your life. 2. Write down your goals in positive language and script your life. This is a powerful tool. 3. Make a vision board. It can be anything from a traditional collage to an Instagram feed, or a file on your phone. Choose what works best for you and your way of life. 4. When you've manifested your desire, feel the emotion you want to feel. Feel the happiness, the love, the pride in yourself, as you think about your goal. Unlimited Universe. Subscribe, like, comment, share.